I'm Robin Greer, President of Catalyst Communications Technologies. For over 25 years, Catalyst has been providing dispatch, interoperability, and incident command solutions for public safety and other critical communications agencies. Today, I'm excited to share with you a demonstration of our solution with Southern Linc's Critical Linc mission-critical push-to-talk solution. We'll begin by looking at a diagram of the equipment that we have as part of this demonstration. If you look on the left-hand side, at the top you'll see two donor radios. The first is this Kenwood multi-protocol radio. It supports P25, DMR, NXDN, and conventional. Below that is an L3 Harris mobile radio. It is a multi-band radio that supports P25, conventional, and EDAX. Next is a P25 trunking system that we connect to using the standard console subsystem interface. In this case, we'll be demonstrating with an L3 Harris system. And finally is a digital mobile radio trunking system using the application interface standard to make that wireline connection. In this case, it is with Tate. On the right side, you'll see the Southern Linc's LTE system running its Critical Linc push-to-talk service. In the center, connecting all of these different systems together, is Catalyst IntelliLink, our solution for interworking. And at the top of the diagram is our propulsion console. You don't need to have the propulsion console to establish interworking between these various resources, but looking at the user interface of it provides a deeper understanding of what's going on under the hood. Let's start on the right-hand side of the propulsion user interface. You'll see three rectangles that are all for the Southern Linc system. The first two are dedicated talk groups, while the third is for making and receiving private or direct one-to-one calls between the dispatch console and the cell phone. You'll see that when I key up one of these phones, this is on talk group 1, I get the unit ID of the particular phone that's calling in. I can call back from my console by using an instant transmit on any of these talk groups that I have here. I can also come over and select any of the particular phones that I have in my favorites list and make a call either using that instant transmit or pushing the foot switch, which works again for whatever resource I have selected on my console. Below these Southern Linc resources is our subscriber list. This shows all of the phones that are authorized and communicating on the talk groups that we have here, and tells me who's present, who's active, and which talk group they're using. That provides immense value to the dispatcher to know who's out there and how to best get a hold of them. The dispatcher can select any of the particular phones in that list and put them into the private call window and make that private call, that one-to-one call to them. On the left side, I have a rectangle for each of the LMR resources that I described earlier. I'll start with the DMR trunk system, and when I key up this Tate portable radio, again you'll see the unit ID coming through on that. I could have many of these rectangles for lots of different talk groups on that wireline interface. I can easily establish a patch or interworking between those with a click of the mouse here. And again, you don't have to have this console. We can provide a simpler user interface to make that connection. But you'll see when I key up the radio that the call then comes back on the cell phone, and vice versa. When I key up the cell phone, it goes back in the other direction. Similarly, I can set up a patch using a donor radio. So in this case, I'll use the L3 Harris radio here. And you'll see that again, when I hit the push to talk button on it, I get the unit ID of that radio. I get the emergency if it declares an emergency. And I can select any channel, any talk group that's programmed into that radio. And that allows me to patch virtually anything to anything. And I'll show you how I can use this ad hoc patch, which could be any of these resources, but I'm choosing this donor radio and I've gotten this other talk group selected. When I click it again, now I have a patch or interworking between this P25 conventional channel using a donor radio and this phone or this group of phones that are on talk group 2. We can support multiple patches simultaneously through our IntelliLinc system to provide whatever interworking capabilities that you might need. This is a full-featured dispatch console, not only patching, it supports simul-select. I've got a full call history of all of the calls that have been made, and I've got the ability to come in and select any of those calls, play it back right here on this user interface. Our console also supports mapping or location. And so I've got a tab here. I'm going to switch to what's behind the subscriber list. And you'll see a map here and with all of the phones that are out there. So when I key up this particular phone, I can see who's transmitting and where he is, and it can even select a phone and call back right from the map. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Catalyst Communications, our solutions for interworking and dispatch, and our partnership with Southern Linc. I encourage you to visit our website or give us a call. Thank you.